Hello everyone. Welcome to the first video of um whatever the fuck I'm doing. I'm really bored. Okay, first of all, um this will be my critique of the Los Angeles Lakers current situation after game 5 of the playoffs. Fucking Timberwolf, Direwolf, fucking whatever. Lakers are far. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, um yeah, the Lakers are fucking cooked, bro. That game 5. Look, I'll be real. I didn't watch it. I watched game 4. LeBron put up like 38 points on insane efficiency, and they got cooked in like the last like 3 minutes. Um, yeah, this team is in fucking shambles. Yeah. Uh, let's get right into it. So this is just the box score from game 5 here. Um, Look, man, I'm gonna keep it real. The Lakers need a center. They're bad. This is bad. I mean, Rob Pelinka, man, you can't overstate this. How good he is at gaslighting his audience. He thinks just because Luka Doncic is good, like Luka Doncic is fucking great. Let's not like brush past that. But look at the rest of this team. Like you have LeBron and Luka, fantastic. Austin Reeves, great player. What the fuck is this bench doing? What? How, how do you score fucking zero field goals in 25 minutes? Gabe Vincent, you are a fraud. Cut this man. Rob Pelinka, cut this guy. He's garbage. I don't care. Listen, he had one good playoff series in Miami. One. Fucking one. And he hasn't done shit since. All right, other than stand around and fucking drink Gatorade. All right. Or alternatively, when he's on the floor, do fucking cardio. All right. Second of all, Jared Vanderbilt. Now, Jared Vanderbilt is a great player. He's very good defensively. Long, tall guy, gets in players' faces, can guard 1 through 5. He's not the guy that you want to spark an offense off the bench. You can't rely on him to take the pressure off of LeBron and Luka and Austin Reeves. That's what causes these massive minutes here. You can't do that. You can't rely on Jared Vanderbilt to do that. You need look at this bench, man. I mean, Jordan Goodwin's great, but no. Jackson Hayes, I think he could be driving Uber very soon. Bronny, aka LeSperm, buddy, you're only on the team because of your name and your dad. Um, Dalton Connect is just Matt Ryan 2.0. Look, if you know, you know. All right, we all remember Lakers legend Matt Ryan. Um, who the fuck is Alex Len? I suppose he's the only guy who's like over 6'10" on this team. Um, I remember Shake Milton being pretty good and Markeith Morris, brother, your time has come. Pack it up. Um, all we remember you for is shoving fucking Jokic, and that might have been your brother. Who knows, man? Um, Listen, this team's cooked. All right, looking at this box score, and this is just one game. Um, this team's bench is just it's shallower than a fucking baby pool full of piss. All right, it's bad. It's real bad. And it really needs to change. Like you've gotten to a point where you've traded away your main big in Anthony Davis, which is fine because he's made of fucking glass. But also all your draft picks. I mean, there are plenty of good bigs coming up right now, like Cooper Flag and what. I don't know. I'm not really up to date on the college scene, but the fact that you have Dorian Finney fucking Smith playing center. He can't keep getting away with. You can't get away with that. He's a 3 and D guy. You can't make him play center. Like he's a really good defender, but is he defending Rudy Gobert? Absolutely the fuck not. Not a fucking chance. There's like a 5 inch height discrepancy. No way. All right. No way. Like all credit to the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're a great team and they beat the brakes off the Lakers. All right. Which on paper they should have. I like anyway. Moving on. Second point, LeBron is now 40. All right. We could potentially have seen the last playoff series from LeBron Ramon James. Um, look, the Lakers again cannot rely on the fact that LeBron they can't rely on LeBron to be the offensive engine of this team. That, of course, that's why they got Luka, but he's still largely carrying the ball a lot of the time. He's still playing large minutes. Like he logged 40 minutes in like game 4 and 5 of the Minnesota Timberwolves series. He's 40 years old. I mean, yes, he's LeBron James. He can do that. All right. But he's still 40 years old. You still have to manage him correctly in order for him to be the most effective. You can't rely on him to be the offensive engine anymore. You just can't. Like, of course, again, he's LeBron James. He's a great player and he's always going to be good and he's always going to be consistent. You cannot rely on him to play 40 minutes anymore. It's just not it's not a reality anymore. Like he can't keep putting up this production much longer without him getting in serious injury trouble. That's why you need a deeper team. You can't rely on LeBron James anymore. He's turning 41 next year. Or not next year, at the end of this year. That's that's like the fact that he's even putting up these numbers at his age is fucking insane, but it's more to the fact that the Lakers are still relying on him to be their main offensive engine, to still make their plays, to still score buckets like down the stretch. You can't rely on that anymore. You need to find a better core to put around Luka now that that is the direction that the team is going. Like, obviously, Rob Pelinka sees the fact that LeBron is getting older and you can't rely on him. So that's why he spent all his chips on Luka Doncic. But at the same time, you haven't built anything around Luka Doncic. Like you haven't surrounded him by competent shooters. The next scorer that he's got is Austin Reeves. And look, Austin Reeves is great, but you can't put like an 18 point per game scorer who's not really that efficient to like uh, to put next to Luka Doncic. You have to surround him with number one, a competent big, which the Lakers don't have, and number two, a set of really good 3-and-D shooters, which they have the start of. They have Rui Hachimura and Dorian Finney-Smith, and those two players complement Luka really well. But the rest of the team is just nothing. It's just nothing. Like in terms of scoring, you can't like in order for Luka to do his job properly as the amazing playmaker that he is, you have to get players that can actually still score. Jared Vanderbilt has shown very clearly he can't score, and the Lakers do not have a competent center to play. Or I mean, Dorian Finney-Smith is a great player. He can't play center. He's too small. You need a competent center to play pick and rolls with Luka Doncic because he plays it so well. This is a proposed trade. Now, look, I'm aware of the fact that the Lakers probably won't do this because Rob Pelinka is an amazing gaslighter and he'll just go all in on Luka Doncic and pray that that works. Um, and the Hawks probably won't trade away their young talent. But this is just a hypothetical. First of all, they can absolutely get rid of Gabe Vincent. He's old. He's inefficient. What the? What does this guy even do? Maxi Kleber. Um, for the life of me, nothing comes to mind. How are you getting paid $11 million a year for the Lakers? Steven Adams is a free agent. Yes, he's aging a little bit, but as he showed in the Houston series, which they lost today, um, he can still play on a very high level. He's still very athletic. He's a big guy. He's defensively minded. He's fucking strong, and he sets really good screens. And that would be so beneficial to Luka because either they can play pick and pop off of Steven Adams screens, like he can just run around the screen and then either get to a spot in on the floor or shoot a three or potentially do a bit of pick and roll work. Either way, that pick and roll would work so well with Steven Adams. We saw it work amazingly with Russell Westbrook. We can absolutely do the same with Steven Adams. He's still an incredible rebounder. I mean, I'm pretty sure he like led the league in offensive rebounds like just last year. So that would be my first one. Second one, re-signing Jordan Goodwin, and not only that, giving him more minutes. From the very little that we've seen from Jordan Goodwin, I'm very impressed. I've got to say, he's he's still a small guy. I mean, it's 6'3". Really, he's more like 6'2". But he's a decent shooter. He works very well off the ball, and he's very athletic. And I think that increasing his minutes will really do well for the Lakers because it'll take some of the offensive playmaking pressure off of Luka, and he can rely on a more athletic guard in order to space the floor out a little bit. And then next, Onyeka Okongwu, um, another really great big, a young big as well. Um, Another guy that would be really good at setting pick and rolls for Luka. Not only just that, but also helping rebounding. Rebounding is the main problem that the Lakers have at this point. Like they're relying on what like Luka, LeBron, and Rui, and like occasionally Dorian Finney-Smith to catch rebounds, and like it's just their lack of size. They need size, and I think Onyeka Okongwu, he's an athletic guy. He's young, and he's really good at setting pick and rolls. We've seen this with Trae Young on the Hawks, and I think that would be really beneficial. Um, Look, honestly, you could take that however you want. Like, it doesn't have to be on Onyeka Okongwu. Honestly, I think earlier in the season when they wanted to trade for Mark Williams, that would have been fucking genius. Other than the fact that they were trading Dalton Connect for him. But even then, you can get around that because they have other players that are like Dalton Connect, but are just better. Like, the Lakers would have benefited so much, so much from having a player like Mark Williams. Like, he works so well with LaMelo Ball on the Charlotte Hornets. I mean, Charlotte's fucking garbage. And if I was Jordan, honestly, I'd never show my face again after I bought that fucking team. Anyway, um, if they made that trade for Mark Williams, I think I see the series for the Lakers going very differently because you actually have someone that can stand there and box out Rudy Gobert. And even if they move to like the next round, like today, the Golden State Warriors moved on to the next round. You have someone if you traded for Mark Williams and you went on to play the Golden State Warriors in the next round, then you have a guy that can box out Draymond Green, who's way bigger and way stronger. You have a young and hungry guy who's willing to play really hard, and you have some athleticism as well. Like he could so easily get around the interior defense of the Golden State Warriors, and he could keep up with their rotating offense as well. Anyway, that's my trade, my little trade there. Look, I don't think the Hawks or anyone for that matter would ever take Maxi Kleber and Gabe Vincent. That's the only thing I could fucking think of that would be moderately beneficial to the Lakers. Look, fifth point. Rob Pelinka. Listen, brother. We all flamed Nico Harrison for getting rid of Luka, and you know what? That's warranted. But we should not. We should not flame this man because what he's done is just master gaslit his audience by putting Luka in front of everyone. You take the eyes off of the rest of the team, which is just a flaming pile of hot garbage. I mean, other than like Rui Hachimura and Dorian Finney-Smith. I mean, Austin Reeves is great, but he's not reliable as a scorer, and he's terrible on defense. He's nowhere near big enough. He can't beat anyone off the dribble. You rely on him to have good shooting nights. Um, and he can't. He definitely can't set screens at all. And he's not athletic enough to keep up with anyone. Um, he's distracted everyone from the fact that the Lakers are just a hot garbage team, and I'm very glad that the Timberwolves, like, although I wanted the Lakers to win this series because of course, I want LeBron to win another ring. Um, I'm very glad that the Timberwolves have exposed the Lakers for what they are, and that is a team that does not value defense and that does not have any size and does not have any rebounding capability whatsoever. And I really think that we need to focus on this man and realize how much of a fucking fraud he is, um, and how he's just not a good general manager. I mean, sure, 2020 he signs LeBron and he trades for Anthony Davis. They win a championship. Fantastic. They haven't done shit since then. They got bounced in 2021. They missed the playoffs entirely in 2022 because they decided to sign Russell Westbrook. Why? Why would you sign Russell Westbrook to the Lakers? He's and force him to be a shooter role player. You forced Russell Westbrook to be 3 and D. Do you have a brain in there? Um, and then in what 2024, like last year, that I mean, what, I don't even know what happened. It was just such a non. Oh wait, no, they made the Western Conference Finals. That was a good year, but that's only because Anthony Davis was healthy. And even then, the bench is still bad. It's just the lack of depth. Like Rob Pelinka just does not have an understanding of depth. Like the 2020 Lakers were good because he kept a lot of the pieces that were on the team beforehand that made it such a good defensive team. Like you added two great offensive pieces so that the rest of them could be really good defensive pieces. And now you've just taken away all the defensive pieces and gone all in on offense. That's a bad decision. This guy should be fired, in my opinion, because not only do they now have no bench, no rebounding, and no size, they also have no picks. They have 5 picks through to 2031. Five. And like two of them are in round two, and the only round one picks they have are in like 2028, 2030, and 2031. They're cooked for the next 3 years, man. But in between that time, LeBron's just going to retire with a fat stack of your cap space, and that's bad. That's really bad. Um, anyways, that'll be the end of that. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll continue to make more later. The next video is going to be on the Houston Rockets, who lost today in Game 7 of the first round to the Golden State Warriors. Um, I'm not going to get into it now, but that's also a team that definitely needs some major improvement, and I think also is a bit top heavy. Um, Let me know if you want to see more content like this. I'm thinking of doing some instant reactions and stuff like that, to MMA as well, the UFC. Let me know if you want to see that, like an instant reaction or like a prediction for UFC 315 this weekend. This kid Jack Della Maddalena. Um, anyway. Um, Let me know if you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, that'll be it from that'll be it. Can I fucking speak English, please? That'll be it from me. I'll see you in the next one.